Live from San Antonio, we got TayTaymadeit. What's good, bro?
What's happening? You rocking with TayTaymadeit. I'm here with Cash Cut Productions.
Yes, sir. Welcome to the show. All right, so let's just get into it. So for the people that don't know you, you're a producer.
Yeah.
You also DJ and things like that.
Yeah, a little bit of that.
All right. And when did you start taking everything all serious?
It started getting serious. I would say once I graduated high school, really is when it got serious. But it started like back in when I was in middle school. I was in percussion. My mom put me in band. She forced me to do it, thing like that. So while I was doing that, I really didn't have like. I never thought I would be making beats. I thought I would just be like percussion doing that. And then it was one day my dad had got me a little piano, and I just got on that and I started hearing like songs on the radio. I think it was like Rack City, different songs, different hot songs that was out, and I was just remaking it on the piano, just going in there after school. I ain't had no homework really. It was middle school, so just remaking the beats on there, doing that. Then I got to, let's see, I think it was going into 9th grade. I had went to Steele. That's when I had moved, 7th grade year. And then I went to Steele, 9th grade. That's when I had got my first little laptop. You know, everybody download the little Fruity Loops and stuff like that. So I got on there. And then I just started making beats. Really, I was trying to do the rapping thing, but I mean, everybody knew it was just cap. So I wasn't finna keep doing that. That wasn't me. So I just.
Were you recording?
Yeah, I was recording myself. It was me, my homeboy JC, and Isaiah with me too. We was just in here fooling around all the time, but everybody know that was cap. I knew that was cap, but it was just fun to do in high school, so just doing that. Then, let's see, my junior year, I kind of started making the beats, but I still was rapping all throughout the little high school. I wouldn't call it rapping, just it was capping, but everybody, it was lit though, so it was cool. But after that, then I had went to the college. And I was, that's when I really started like getting serious. I'm like, dang, I'm kind of good at this, so I'm gonna take it serious. And I started making the beats like day in, day out, like, all the time. After I got done my homework, I'm up making beats 24/7. And that's where I realized like, dang, I can really do this. And that's where it kind of started at.
Okay, you said, so around like college time type shit?
Yeah, around, that's like what, around fall of 2017, I started getting serious with it.
Is that what you was trying to major in, or that was just a hobby at the time?
It was just a hobby. Like I wanted to major in. While I was going to school, at the school I was at the Air Force Academy, and you didn't pick a major until you got to like to the actual academy. So I was going to school then. I wanted to do construction management though, or civil engineering too as well.
Did you end up graduating, or are you still in there right now?
No, I ended up leaving there after the first year. I ended up leaving. I didn't want to do that no more, so I just ended up leaving. And then after that, that's when I started. Yeah, I started making the beats for real. Then that's when I'm like, okay, so I'm not doing this right now. I'm gonna put this on the back burner to get where I'm at now. So that's what I did during that time period, and I just started making beats like day in, day out. I was up, like they spend the night here. And I'm up at 8 a.m. still making beats while they sleeping, and so it's just, I just really wanted it. So.
And what was the Air Force like, you know, for somebody who's you know, thinking about enrolling or anything? What was that like?
I wouldn't say like, I can't really speak from an Air Force point of view, but for the academy, like it was really like, it was life changing. It gave me some stuff that still stick with me to this day, like discipline, like being responsible, all that, you know, so being real methodical about things. So yeah, it just really helped me a lot in the long run. It gave me some characteristics to take on like as I grow.
Was there anybody that pushed the producing and music onto you? Was there anybody that, you know, influenced you or anything like that? Or it was just some shit you just woke up, you know, let me go buy a keyboard or some shit? Really,
I mean, my family real music orientated, so like being around my uncle, he was always like, he had a little keyboard too, and I was messing around with it, so that kind of got me into it. But I mean, growing up on YouTube, watching like Zaytoven all day, I'm just watching him cook up. I'm like, dang, that's fire. Chop Squad, all of them. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, dang, I want to do that. So I just saved my money up. It's funny because I went to go get a little job during the summer at what was it, Slitterbond. All three of us, me, JC, Isaiah, Slitterbond. I just saved up all my money and just bought studio equipment. out of nowhere and just started going crazy with it. So that's how that happened.
And your first beat, what was that like? You still remember?
Yeah, I still got my first beat. I mean, it was the first beat. It was terrible. I thought it sounded good. Everybody else around me, they hyping me up, but I knew it was trash though. But it sounded straight though. But it was cool.
So, you know, looking back at over the past years that you've been fucking with it, what's some of the things you learned as a producer and, you know, as a businessman?
I would say really producing come first, but at the end of the day, if you're not on your business, like what are you doing it for? Like, I mean, you still got to keep it for fun, because once you start making it into work, you don't like it no more. So you still got to have fun with it, but you still have to be on top of your business, because if you're not on it, if they see you not on your business, they're gonna try to take advantage of you. Knowing, especially me being a new producer, like, people have tried that, but me putting myself in position, knowing people, talking to people, networking with people, like, I realized, like, oh, I got to do this first, or I got to do this, or if they use my beat without my permission, I can go do a cease and delete, get that done. So things like that, it's just been real eye-opening, like, real eye-opening experiences for that.
As far as like skill and shit though, like what's some of the things you learned as a producer?
As a producer, like cause I don't want to, I look at tutorials sometimes. Like when I was coming up, first starting, like everybody else, they looked at tutorials, but as I grow, I really just took it like my own sound, like what I think sound nice in the beat. I'll mess around on the keyboard, touch stuff, like, and if it sound good, I'll use it. I had people like Duvin taught me a lot of stuff too, with like the mixing and mastering, like to make it sound good. So that's real cool with that. And yeah, that's really it with that.
All right, and you mentioned your uncle earlier. Was he producing at the time?
Yeah, actually, he's been producing for a long time, making a lot of beats. So yeah, he's been doing that for a while. He's still kind of messing around with it, but he's kind of settled down. He kind of got his own little promotion group now, so he's been doing that.
So you got a few credits under your belt from upcoming and industry artists also. Just a couple names. You got Peso Peso, NBA Youngboy, Jada Youngin, Lilcjcasino, and OBNJ.
Yeah.
A couple of these were features. Were any of them, you know, like direct contacts?
Yeah, the OBNJ was by myself. The Jada Youngest I had, they were labs, but they weren't like a feature. It was directly for me, a placement. And the Youngboy was a direct placement for me. Me and Playboy made that beat. And the Peso Peso and Lilcjcasino came along with Boogie Got Banned. That was crazy, because like the beat that we used for it, like you wouldn't think they would get on it, but it was still ended up being hard, and it was a banger for sure. And then yeah, that's really with that. The OB&J came about, I got like 3 or 4 songs with them, and they ain't came out yet. This one came out so far, but that happened like in November, cause I got like the BR sound, like I heard it. Cause I really didn't listen to Youngboy and them like that. I always listened to him, but I wasn't like, dang, I want to produce a beat from him. I really was on that like trap stuff, doing a lot of that. But then I heard that BR, and I'm like, dang, this is kind of hard. So one day I just put my mind to it. I'm like, I'm just gonna start making BR beats. So I took that into consideration. I think like in 2018 and back September, I made my first BR beat. It was terrible, but I was like, okay, this was a start. So I started making that. Then I made a pack for OB&J because I discovered him. I sent that pack out, and he ended up getting on one of the beats. Like I didn't know until that came out, and then that's when I got all that figured out. Hit him up and hit his management up, and we got that figured out. So then that's how that went, and that was real cool to get that happening.
And what you mean by BR beats? Baton Rouge beats?
Yeah, like Baton Rouge beats. Yeah,
okay, so you listen to like a lot of artists from, you know, the Louisiana area like and shit like
Boosie
that?
I was growing up with Boosie Badass, all them, Webby, Lil Fat, all of them. So yeah, it was real cool.
Are there any producers and DJs that you look up to?
Yeah, it's a lot. DJs really, I mean, I don't look up to, I don't really in the DJ. I just be doing that for fun, but I ended up being cool with it, like good with it. So that, but with the producers for sure, Zaytoven, Pierre Bourne, Jetson made it, cause I'm looking at them. We all, well, except for Zaytoven, we all young niggas. So we doing it, we can get that done. Like if I see that they can do it, I can do it. That's how I look at it.
Money Man also DM'd you too. Did y'all go forward with that?
With the Money Man, now I don't even know, no telling. I know he DM'd me though. He was like, "Hey man, I need the beat ASAP." I was like, "All right, for sure. Just send me your email." He sent it to me. He had opened, cause I got an email tracker, so he opened the email. But no telling if he ever used it or not. You don't ever find out until like months later if they hopped on your beat or not. But it's still, either way, it's a good look that he even DM'd me. So that's
yeah. How did that feel? You know,
that was real cool because that was before I got like, I think that was before I got any like notoriety or anything. So him DMing me and this Money Man and this me, an unknown producer at the time. So that felt real good. Like it gave me some hope because I mean them long nights, 8 a.m., 9 a.m. you ain't going to sleep and ain't nothing happening. You kind of like lose hope a little bit, but like that right there just kind of gave me another boost. Like damn, I can really do this shit.
Yeah, and it seems like you collab with a lot of producers too.
Yeah.
Talk about how some of those are coming together. Cause you have a bunch.
Cause after I got like the OBNJ and I found out I had the JD Youngin from that, I got that through TNT. My boy, he had came through with that. I looked at the Realer cause you know how you go on. You see how the album and who all produced on it. I just went down the list. I'm like, okay, you got Ripper on here, you got Marcus Music, Bands, Mook, India, all these people. So I'm like, okay, so if they were I want to be, I need to go work with them. So I hit them up like how much for a lab, or sometimes they kind of came and found me, and that's how that went. I started working with, I think the first one I worked with was Bands. And then that's how we got a OBNJ off of that too. I got a solo with OBN, but me and Bands got like 2 songs with OBNJ off of that. And then I think the actual one from Baton Rouge I worked with was Ripper. And it's funny cause he had sent me I sent him something first and he was like, yeah, that's fire. He kicked it up, and then he had sent me something and I had sent it back to him, but he was like, nah, that's not it, bro. Like that's not the Baton Rouge sound. You gotta fix this, you gotta do this. So that's what really kind of got me started on the Baton Rouge. Like he kind of helped me. Like
that's good that he
so like cause I hated when I just sent a lab back and they be like, oh, that's fire. But like he actually corrected me. He was like, no, make your drums like this, make your hats like this, that's such and such. So that's what really helped me progress in my Baton Rouge like style beats. And then that's how me and Ripper got like a whole bunch too. And then me and Marcus Music got some. Whole bunch. Me and Marcus got a little funny story too. I ain't gonna talk on that too much, but we got something coming on that. And then I work with India. Me and India got like 30. A whole bunch of people on our stuff too, cause she posts on the YouTube all the time. So we got a whole bunch of people on our beats. And then I think it was when like Hypnotize came out by Nil on the track. I was like, I gotta find this producer. Like, who is he? Cause like it was hard. And then I heard Dope Lamp by him too. I'm like, yeah, he real hard. So then I had hit him up and he had finally followed me back on Instagram, and then he was like, hey, shoot me something, and that's why I had shot him something. So we got some labs out there too, so that's real cool. And like even if we worked together and we didn't get like a Youngboy placement, I wasn't like, oh, I ain't gonna work with him no more. Like I'll still call Marcus right now. Me and Marcus would talk on the phone, me and Ripper would talk on the phone, just not even talking about beats, just regular stuff, just chopping it up. Like, cause I wasn't even on no using them. I'm trying to like work with them. And we end up getting like a little relationship out of it. So that's the main thing. Like producers nowadays, they just want to, oh, you didn't give me this placement, I'm not finna mess with you no more. I'm just finna keep moving. Not like, it's like you can't be like that in the game, because you ain't never gonna get far doing that.
And do you think working with a whole bunch of people as far as producers and things like that, do you think it's mandatory, or you can just do everything all by yourself?
I feel like coming up, you got to do things. Some things you got to do, like you got to do stuff you don't want to do. Even though it's good though, it's good working with other people, because like you got people, India, Bands, they in Florida, so Florida hearing my sound when we collabing, Baton Rouge hearing my sound when I'm collabing with Nil on the track or Ripper. And like a lot of people think I'm from Baton Rouge just because my beats, until they realize I'm from Texas. So that's real cool. So you need to, like, I would say as a producer, it's good to work with people, especially people in position, so they can get you where you want to be.
Is there anybody in the city that you're looking to work with?
I don't work with, let me see, everybody that I know of that's in the city right now, except for, let me see, Vino. So I know me and Vino been talking it up. We gonna get something chopping for sure.
Yeah, Vino's the one who told me about you.
Yeah, Vino, yeah, for sure. Yeah. I work with me and Duvin got labs for days. So yeah, Vino for sure.
Is it a lot of competition between producers in the city? Like, is it an open market or?
I feel like people try to make it a competition, but like I don't really get into the competition stuff, cause like that's how you get messed up. You trying to battle with somebody else, and like this producer, like, cause I know San Antonio, a lot of producers don't do what I do. Like a lot of producers just do that one San Antonio sound. Like if it's not that sound, they really don't rock with it. But I mean, I feel like I'm different, and my sound is just different. But I feel like it ain't no competition. Like it's all love at the end of the day. We from the same city, so we should be trying to go up with each other.
How would you describe the San Antonio sound?
I want to say it's not basic, but like it's just different. Like it's kind of like I wouldn't say like kind of like the north side. Like it's not really like melodic. Like I'm coming with a lot of melodic stuff, like pain, melody, happy stuff, trap stuff. So I think San Antonio just got that one sound, like
the club shit.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, time to turn up. Like it's just some crazy shit, really.
How would you describe the San Antonio the night scene? Because you said you've been DJing a couple clubs.
Yeah.
So how would you describe the night scene?
I mean, it depends. Like it's really the same. Like I like the club. It was a fun experience, especially like last year around this time we was in the club fooling around. Now we getting booked at clubs and running clubs. So I feel like, I mean, it is what you make it. It's not like, I mean, it's not all that. It's fun though. I ain't gonna get me wrong. It's fun, but it's really not all that. It could be better. Like it's just the amount of support San Antonio gives towards the club scene. It's really not that type of city. So they're not finna step out like every week. Like you go to Atlanta, it's one spot might hit every week. I mean, but Burn House though, they doing their thing every week for sure. Like they gonna be up in there. But as a whole, I think it could be better as a whole.
Was it quick for the DJing in clubs for that to click off?
Yeah, for sure. Like I didn't start DJing. My first gig was in April 13th. Actually, that's my first time ever.
This year? Yeah,
ever DJing live. I got a board back in January though, but I mean I still really wasn't messing with it. I would mess with it like once every week just to like, all right, this is how you do that. This is how you do that. And then my first gig was April 13th. I didn't want to do it. Like they hit me up. I was finna flake on them, no cap, cause I was like, I'm not finna do this and then embarrass myself in front of all these people. My mom was like, you might as well do it, cause you're gonna have to do it one day. So I did that, and then I turned that whole up. So that's how they just turned it up.
All right, and it looks like you like to fuck with fashion and shit like that.
Yeah, for sure.
What got you into that?
Really? Shit, watching BET when I was little, watching all them rappers, they dripping. So I got older, like that's why I really like making beats to support my family too, so we can all like go up one day, but still at the same time, I just love I love clothes, I love shoes. I mean, people say it's bad to like materialistic things, but at the end of the day, people gonna like what they want. They gonna spend their money on what they want. So, but I still know how to match my money. But drip for sure. Like I love designer shoes. I mean, designer clothes, I really don't rock with it. Except my jeans, they gotta be designer. But I rock a white tee, some jeans, and some shoes, and still be fresh as hell any day. So that's how that go.
So before, I don't know if I asked you this, but before the music and everything, what did you want to do before that?
Before the music, really, I wanted to play football. I mean, I still am gonna play football when I go back to college, probably in the springtime. I'm gonna end up doing that again. But yeah, it was just football for sure. Like music came out of nowhere. I never thought I would be like producing for people right now. So like when I was coming up, I had no intentions of like, oh, I'm finna be a producer. It was always football, and then this happened.
And what motivates you to keep going?
Motivates me to keep going is just being able to know that I can do it. Like, especially coming from San Antonio, not a lot of people make it out of San Antonio, especially in the music industry. So being able to do that and being able to to get a placement with Youngboy out of San Antonio, like, it's just really, that's what keep me going. So I'm looking at that, I'm like, if I can get a placement with Youngboy, I can go get a placement with anybody if I put my mind to it. So that's how I feel about that.
do you think a lot of people outside the city are tapping in with San Antonio now compared to you know, a couple years ago?
Yeah, I feel like it's on the rise. I feel like a lot of people still don't put us on their tour dates as much, but I feel like it kind of picked up a little bit. But people they kind of hearing about San Antonio a little bit now, but it's still kind of on the slow end for a little bit.
Okay, and you mentioned you like to go for the BR beats. Is there anybody that people say that you need to work with? Like their sound is perfect for your beats? Has anybody told you? Named anyone?
Shit, everybody. I mean, cause when I was posting it, I was just making like, I would make a post it on my Instagram, like tag Youngboy, and everybody would be like DM me like, dang, Youngboy, like, he really would get on your beats, like if you just send it to him. But like, I mean, at the time, I'm like, dang, it's Youngboy. He one of the hottest out right now, so I don't even know how I'm gonna get that to him. So at the time, I mean, everybody was just saying like, dang, Youngboy would get on your beats, he'll smash it. Even like Jada Youngin, and I got two with Jada Youngin right now. I got one already came out to So Long, and I got one that's on the way. It's probably gonna be on his murder music. I'm not sure yet. It might, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out sometime. So yeah, that's really it.
Do you experiment with different types of music though? You know, other than
oh yeah, I'll make anything like gospel, rock and roll, whatever you want to do. I'm gonna do it. Like so, I mean, I got beats in here, like different genres. I got reggae beats, Latina beats, whatever you want, all of that. So yeah, for sure.
So what does music mean to you?
Music mean to me, it's really like, I mean, for me, I don't use music to like turn up really. Like you'll hear me listen to songs, unless I'm in the club, like I'll be turning up, but music is just like, it's installed in me. Like when I hear music, I just feel some type of way about it. Like it just, like ready to just run through my body. And I'm listening, like when I'm listening to songs, I'm never listening to like the lyrics. I'm listening to hi-hats, melodies, like small stuff in it. So it's just like, music is really therapeutic for me. Like it's really, I just went, once I figured out I'm good at this, I just fell in love with it, and just, I never looked back. I just always loved it after that.
What's some of the things you feel you need to improve on?
I feel like if I learn how to, cause I mean I can play the piano, but I never really got the proper actual learnings to how to play it, cause I taught myself how to do that just off of messing around with it. So I feel like once I actually learn that and learn like, okay, let's go with this. These are like the exotic type chords, the crazy stuff. I feel like that's what's really gonna set me like apart from the bar. So, and then also, what else could I learn that would make my stuff better? Probably just more on the engineering side of the beat, make it clean and crisper. Cause like, I mean, as long as the beat banging, when you send it to an artist, if that you got that bass and it's banging, they gonna get on it. But you can't send them no beat that's just like sounding awful mix. So once I get that down packed, I feel like that's what's really gonna push me up some more.
Okay, what's your take on, you know, people denying your service for a YouTube beat? Like, how do you feel about people going to a beat that, you know, say like thousands of people already hopped on?
Like, if I put a beat on YouTube and they use that instead of like coming to me?
No, if they go to any type of other YouTube beat instead of going to you, like, how do you feel about that?
I mean, to each his own, but I mean, that YouTube beat, say you use that YouTube beat, you blow up. You ain't getting no money off of that. Like, all that money coming back to the producer. So really, if I got a beat on YouTube and you use it, go ahead. But if it blow up, just know you ain't getting $1 off of it, really. So that's how I feel about it. And if you want, I mean, I respect people. I mean, that's what YouTube for. I mean, to post free beats. I mean, producers really can't get mad for them using their beat when they post it saying free beats. So that's how I feel. And then, but if you come to me, I mean, come to me direct. Like, I'm not even gonna, I charge like 50 for a lease, when I could be charging more, but I don't even do that. But if you come to me, you got a budget, I'm not finna tax you 50, or if you really trying to work, I might give you the beat 20, 25, just come to me correct. So that's more respectful too. Like, I mean, I still mess with you if you use a YouTube beat, but when you actually like come link with a producer and work, it's just a lot more that you could do with it.
Who's some of the artists in the city that you fucking with?
I got stuff in the city right now with Pop 2 Wavy, Boogie got bands, I know for sure. I want to work with Peso Capone for sure. He hard, so I want to do some stuff with him right now. In the city, I really haven't been working with nobody in the city. Really, like I be putting deals up, but like people just want like a lot of people in the city be in my DMs, just like asking me to send them beats. I'm like, and then they get mad when I tell them I charge for beats. They'll just leave me on red. Then like, so like you had a lot of talk when you wanted the beat, but I asked you for some money for the beat. And you didn't want to talk no more. So that's why I really like people like, and I don't respond sometimes because I know like they just coming for a free beat. So I really haven't been working with nobody like that except for like the ones that's doing business right.
When you're DJing, does anybody ask you to play their song or anything like that?
Yeah, I get that a lot, but I don't know. I don't do that because I mean, you play that song. I say you got the party hype, but somebody wants you to. Even if it's my homeboy, I'm not gonna play a song. Like my homeboy asked me already, I ain't play a song for him though, because I mean, you play the song now they like, okay, this DJ trash. What is he doing? So unless it's the early time, like when the clubs are starting, I'll get your song in there if it's hot. But like if it's hot or if it's not hot, I'm not gonna do that. I just gotta be real because too many people out here, like too many friends out here I see in San Antonio all the time. They rapping and like they know their friend not good, but they gonna hype it up for them anyways. Like that's not support. At the end of the day, support is letting them know that's not it, or letting them know that you don't need to do that, or you need to fix this, or that's bro, like don't do that.
So how can somebody get a spin from you though?
If you hard, like I ain't even gonna charge you. If you hard, I'm gonna play it. Like I'm just gonna play it at the end of the day. If you hard, I'm gonna play it.
Okay. So what's next for you?
Right now, recently I just been working. I know I got some stuff coming up, but I don't want to really speak on it too long because if it don't come out, I don't want to be like, oh, he was capping. But I know for sure that I got some more big artists on the beat already. I already heard it and stuff, but I don't want to say no names until it's official. So.
Okay, so my bad.
Go ahead.
So for the aspiring producers, DJs, or anybody that's watching right now, you have any advice for them?
I'll just say never ever give up, and don't let nobody tell you around you that you can't do nothing. Don't let them tell you that, oh, that's impossible, because I used to think the same thing every day. I used to think, oh, there's no way I'm gonna get a placement. Like, how I'm gonna get a placement? Like, what am I gonna do? But at the end of the day, if you want the placement, you're gonna go get it. It don't matter if your city supports you or they don't support you, because at the end of the day, it's not your city making these beats. It's not your city DJing. It's you, and whatever you put into it is what you're gonna get out of it. Your city ain't here with you 6-7 hours making beats. They out there looking, and they gonna only support you once you do something. So just keep it and just keep going with it. And like for producers, if you're looking for placements, I mean, it's the same thing I did. Like you just gotta go hunt for it. You gotta network. It's out there. Even if you can't get to the direct artist, you can go. I go through that artist followers all the time, because artists, they gonna follow their goons. So I go through their followers. I look at their goon. I hit them up. Oh, what's Quando's email? Oh, blah blah blah, such and such. He'll give me that. I do that for I got a whole bunch of emails just off of doing that, because that's what they there for, to talk to them. And so that's what I would do for other producers coming up, because like I never talked to Youngboy a day in my life, and I got the song with him. It's just through networking.
You mentioned you did a placement with Youngboy.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Oh, that was a funny story, because I think I had been DMing Playboy. He be producing all the songs for like Youngboy and stuff a whole bunch. It was like back in, I think I sent him, that's when I first started trying to make BR melodies. And it was like back in October, I had sent him like 2 melodies, but I don't think he ever saw that. And I had DM'd too. I was like, okay, yeah, I sent you some melodies, bro. And then he had finally hit me back. Shit, probably like he hit me back like in 2019. It was like February 6th. He was like, oh, what's up, bro? Text me. So I had texted him, and he was like, okay, yeah, send me some labs. So I sent him the lab on February 7th. I sent him 2 labs. One was some other, like some hype shit, and one was the one that was used for Four Sons of a King. And like, that was back in February. So time had went by. Like after the lab, like we was just chopping up every day, and he was like, yeah, I finished it, bro, it's hot or whatever. And he was like, I think OB and J supposed to get on it, but he gonna try to get Youngboy on it. So I'm like, okay, so that's how that's gonna go. But I didn't never talked about it. I just let it play out how it's gonna play out. But then, let's see, when they come out, like what, June 14th? It just boom, like it just came out. Everybody was hitting me up. They was like, what are you? I was like, what y'all sending me this for? Like, what is this? I don't want to hear this. And then I clicked on it, and it was like Youngboy, and then I heard my tag in it. I'm like, oh yeah, it's up now. Like, it's crazy. But like, I kept it on the low for my parents, cause I already knew like they was finna trip. Like, even though it was it was a placement, like, cause I hadn't got my paperwork yet. The song had just came out, so I wasn't gonna tell my parents until the paperwork came out. So yeah, so everything would have been cool out then. So, but then that went along. But then my sister put it on Facebook and was like, told the whole world. Everybody calling my mom, so they get on me about that. They was like, what are you doing? Like, if you ain't get your paperwork, you're not gonna get paid. But then my paperwork finally came in, so it was like, yeah, okay, I see you doing official things now. So that was real good. It was funny though, like, cause they still got on me, even though it was a good accomplishment. They got on me from hiding from me, cause they didn't want to hear it from the streets. They wanted to hear it from me. So,
right.
But that was real. That was cool though, how that came along.
How do they feel about you doing everything now?
I mean, they still parents. Like, I ain't finna be on this music all day. My dad go to work in the morning, so it's just me and my mom. And my mom don't really trip on it, so I'm blasting the music all like loud. I'm blasting it loud until he come home, cause as soon as he come home, it's headphones time. So I'm just chilling doing that. But they know. They've been telling me before I even did it that I could do something. I just had to hand them out. They're on their business about things, and they just want me to make sure that they want what's best for me. So they want to make sure I'm getting paid. They want to make sure they're not ripping me off, all that. So, but they real supportive of it.
Do you have like a manager or anything like that, or everything's just you right now?
My mom, she do everything. She like a little super mom. She do everything for me. So
okay, so she has like knowledge with the music business.
Yeah, and if she don't got knowledge, she'll research it. She'll research it and figure it out for me. So she's real cool.
That's what's up. Was Youngboy one of those artists you were always hoping to work with?
When I first started making beats, I was on that Playboy Cardi wave, that plug, all that SoundCloud stuff like that bass and that melodic stuff. So that's where it had started with. Cause me and Zay, JC, every time we get in the car, it's plug. Every time we play something, it's plug. D Savage, Stupid Zoo, Mexico Joe. I was on that coming up in high school. That's all I made. And then, I think me and Zay was like at a Sam Houston function my senior year in high school or something like that. And they was playing some Youngboy. It was like that 38 baby. Like, I think it was that stuff right there. So I heard that. I'm like, then it's hard. So then I finally started getting on that once I had went away for college. I'm like, yo, I'm finna go on this Youngboy stuff. And ever since then, like, I always told myself, I tell them like all the time when they up here, like, I'm gonna get a Youngboy placement. I'm gonna get it. Like, I talk everything into existence, because if you speak it, like, sooner or later, what you speak every day, what you put into your mind, it's gonna come to fruition. So as long as you speak at it, but you can't just talk about it, you gotta do it. Like, you gotta pray on it, you gotta do it, because you gotta, first off, yeah, you gotta keep God first, because ain't nothing gonna happen without him. So you just pray on it and do it every day, day in, day out, and it's gonna come.
How do you stay focused?
Staying focused. I look at people around me. I look at friends I grew up with. Some in jail, some dead. I'm just looking like that could be me. So my parents told me that when I was coming up all the time. They said, once you graduate, you're gonna see some of your friends. You ain't gonna see some of them never again. Some gonna die, some go to jail. So I mean, I take that to heart. Like, I don't ever want to end up in jail. Like, I'm not even gonna flex like that's me. I don't want to end up in jail. I don't want no parts with the law, none of that. So that's what keep me focused. I want to make beats. I'm gonna go to school. I'm gonna finish that and just keep my head on straight. Especially like, and the people I hang around, I got like five boys I hang around on a daily, and we all got our mind on straight. So that just really helped.
How do you shut yourself off from social media and shit? Cause you know you got a good following. You said your shit was jumping. Yeah. You know, I was waiting like an hour to
yeah, for sure. Really, my phone it stay on like do not disturb like all the time. Cause when I'm in here, I hate people calling me. I hate people unless I call you. Like, don't call me. I don't want to talk on the phone. Like, I don't even like texting. I'm more of like if I chill with you in person, like I'm gonna talk to you, but like the social media, the texting, like I don't even be doing all that really.
Now you mentioned your uncle was doing a little producing and also pushed it heavily onto you. Did he make it producing? Cause you said he been in the game for a minute, so.
Yeah, he been in it for a minute. I don't think he really never like took off with it, and he just, I mean, he hard though. He made some good stuff, but he never really took off with that. But a lot of people, I don't talk about it, but a lot of people never not know. My great uncle on my mother's side is Muddywaters, and a lot of people that sing Cadillac Records is when he's in that thing. So that's where I feel like, when I noticed that and I actually found out that he was my uncle, is really what kind of made me like, dang, it runs in the family, so it's installed in me. If it's installed in them, it's installed in me somehow. So that's when the main thing that took off.
So ever since you found out that he's just been your mentor?
Yeah. Well, he passed away a while back, sorry, but yeah, you could. Yeah, he passed away a while back, but knowing that, like, because he was a legend, Muddywaters was a legend, and knowing that that's my great uncle, like, I can do the same thing. So that's what happened.
All right. So how long would you say you've been in the game so far?
Actually, producing for people, it would be my first little placement, I call it. That was like, yeah, back in when that OBN come out, like January. Yeah, it was like January. So that's when I first started getting like into the actually producing for people. But saying like making just beats and stuff, been some years. Like it don't happen. It looked like it happens overnight, but it been some years. Like actually since the first time I touched the piano without the DAW software, it was like, I don't know, probably like 2011 to 2012 is when I first started like just messing around with music in general. But the producing, making beats started like in high school. But then I got serious like in 2017 when I got serious with it.
And what's your plans? You know, obviously it's to make it big, but you know, what's the main goal? Trying to have your own studio or anything like that?
The main goal is just to be successful, just to show. I just want to show people like that look up to me that you ain't got it, because it's a lot of bad in the world. It's a lot of bad in the city, and it's not a lot of good that go on. But at the same time, I want to show kids like you don't gotta be thugging just to make it. You don't gotta thug to get money. It's different ways, cause like that fast money it's gonna put you away for some time. So if you just humble yourself, just stay disciplined, and be able to to sit here for hours, days, like it take time. It's gonna happen no matter how you start, no matter how it sounds when you start. Just stay at it, and you know it's gonna come. So I just want to show kids to be able to you can do what I do. It don't matter what your background came from. You came from the lowest of the lowest or the highest of the highest. You still can get it done.
And do you think that's why it's not really, you know, it's a shadow over San Antonio, because it's easy to get caught up out here?
Yeah, I feel like it's so many and the crazy thing is, a lot of these people they didn't grow up like that. Like they just out here doing that now, and they grew up living just like me and Zay. Like they didn't grow up in the hood. They didn't do none of that. So they graduate high school and get touched in with the wrong crowd, and they fall by the wayside. So that's why you just got to keep your head on straight and just stick to you got to stick to what your parents installed in you from the roots. Once you leave that, it's just once you start going backwards in life. So I always just say that just keep your head on right, and just whatever you want to do, you stick to it, and it's just gonna come to fruition.
And where can we contact you at on social media?
My social media, all I be on really is Instagram. It's TayTaymadeit on Instagram, and on Twitter it's TayTaymadeit.